This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the Easthampton Historical Commission to order. First order of business, public hearing for Luke Lapine seeking approval to demolish a portion of a historically significant building, front porch, in accordance with the demolition delay ordinance. The property is located at 250 East Street, parcel ID 134-16. Mr. Lapine, could you tell us what you want to do and what your plans are for the building?
Yeah, so right now it's just kind of a uninsulated front porch that's only like 5 feet from the house, so we can't really do anything out there. And I got twins coming in a month or so I kind of need some more space in the house. It's not part of the existing or the original foundation. I took some pictures underneath the crawl space. It's just like a block footing. So basically just take it down and put a new addition on, open it up to the house now, and it'll be heated and everything. So more livable space for me and my family.
Anybody on the commission have any questions, or you don't have any formal plans or anything?
I got some designs I've been doing. I took some pictures of it if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know how you want to do this, but just pass it down or.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta pass through a couple here, but.
So this is we slide through it. That's kind of the existing porch. It's not really anything special.
Yeah. You have vinyl siding or?
That's all vinyl. Yep. And kind of a unusable staircase. It's kind of rotted, and the way it's been since I bought the house about 6 years ago. There's a little crawl space under here, which I took a couple pictures underneath. So this is showing the footing. I mean, it's definitely not original to the house. It looks like about the same time they might have done the chimney. It's pretty similar block. And then there's just some lumber kicking around under there.
You know when it was built?
The house was built in
Do you mind having the side conversation?
The house was built in 1900, somewhere around there, but the addition, I don't know. It's definitely not 1900. I mean, just based on the blocking and
Right.
Definitely an addition at some point. I'm not sure when, but this is, that's kind of a better picture of the front door. And this is kind of what I want to go for. This is a side shot from the driveway. So it's 12 feet out. It puts us about 4 feet from our setback from the road. And I have plenty to the left and right. But it'll be a retaining wall in the front and kind of a new side entrance. So it's also going to serve as another entryway for my house, because right now I enter through the kitchen. It's not a very good mud. So that's kind of my.
So are you going to build it?
Yeah. So I'll be doing all the work.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Twins.
Yes.
Anybody have any comments, questions?
I don't think so.
Do we have any motions? More information, but.
Yeah, I think the phrasing, no objection.
No objections?
No.
Nope.
So
So we want to make a motion to approve?
I move we approve the plan for the 250 East Street.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right,
All right.
good to go.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
For the addition or the twins?
Thank you, guys.
Sure, which would be the bigger challenge.
You too.
In the long term.
Yeah, well, right.
Number 3, public hearing, Sage Engineering and Contracting seeking approval to demolish 2 historically significant buildings. A primary residential structure, 2-story, plus or minus 1,800 square feet footprint, and an outbuilding barn structure, plus or minus 1,000 square feet. In accordance with the demolition delay ordinance, property is located at 95 Northampton Street, parcel ID 128-114. And if somebody
I'm here for
representing
the applicant.
Okay.
My name's Don Abel. I'm an attorney in the town office at 203 Northampton Street. I represent the owner of the property, Tasty Top Development. The buildings that we're looking at tonight are located on a parcel of land approximately 30 acres, known as the Tasty Top property and the surrounding area. My client purchased the property earlier this year in April, and they are working currently with city officials cooperatively in designing a plan for a mixed-use development on that parcel. As part of that planning, they are looking to remove the 2 structures that are located on the property. I think the critical issue here is that they had been left, as you may or may not be aware, this was a piece of land that was under contract with Stop and Shop for a number of years, and the property owner continued to use the facility for the Tasty Top and the driving range, but the rest of the property was left vacant. And I think the last time somebody was there was 2008, and it's just been left and accessible and open. So we've brought some photos along of the subject property that illustrate the condition that it's in, and it's not just in disrepair, but it's actually I'll defer to the engineers, but I think it's quite a safety hazard as well. I mean, there's some real structural problems with both of those buildings, and I would imagine that any sort of historical or architectural significance has long since been lost. But I think that you were provided with a copy of those photographs. I don't know if the board has them. Do you have some extra copies, Ben? Yes. So we have some, Ben is an engineer that was retained to do an inspection, structural inspection of the property, and also has some photographs. Many of them are up on the board for your review, but there's also copies included in that package. And you can see that it's, there's vegetation growing in there. The ceilings are open. Structural supports are in bad shape, to the point where not only is it, I don't think you could save it, but it's also, I think it poses a significant public safety hazard as well. Should, God forbid, safety officials ever need to go into that structure, it would be extremely dangerous for them.
Is it part in the house or is it on the shed and back?
That is in the house, and I know it's hard to tell, but that's, issue structural members actually broken.
Is this in the attic or where?
Yeah,
is it?
in the attic structure.
It's right about there, where the roof rafters have actually collapsed, so you can see right through the attic.
That's the main part of the house?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. That would be the,
It's the back left corner of the main gable.
closer to where the ice cream stand was.
Yes.
Yes. Anybody else have any questions or?
Public comment?
Yeah, we'll take a look at public comments now. If that's a question.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So I live on 89 Northampton Street. I live on the house right adjacent to this property. And I just wanted to just say that I 100% support the demolition of these properties. Not only is it an eyesore, it's just really, really dangerous. I see a lot of people coming in and out of that property sometimes. So yes, so I'm in support of it and looking forward to whatever will become of that property in the future. So thank you.
Okay, anybody else have any comments from the online community? No, any comments from the commission? Questions? Excuse me?
Formulating.
Yeah. So what's the footage of the area we're talking about? So since part of this is already under someone else's, do I understand that it's two separate pieces, or?
It's one large parcel. There are a couple of addresses associated with it from historical reasons. I don't know why this city had. So it's one large parcel of land, 30 plus acres. This happens to be on a portion of that up in the road on the southerly side of this.
So it's still part of the 30 acres.
Yeah, this is all part of the proposed area that we're working to develop.
The Starbucks section has been separated from the.
Yes, that was peeled out. There was the original Courtney parcel, let's say, that parcel was about 32 acres, I think. So
So 2 acres.
Starbucks has been peeled out, I think about an acre. So this leaves 31 plus or minus acres. Much of it backland, and there are issues associated with it. This is obviously the area that we'd be looking at to use if you would be using the property.
Are you aware of the canal that goes at the back of the property?
I haven't reviewed that personally, but I'm sure the engineers and the designers are well aware of it. I don't know. I'll make sure that they are if they're not now.
The historic Hampshire Canal is it's either on the back of this parcel or it's on the adjoining parcel right behind it. Unclear exactly where the canal actually went through it.
So,
Danielle,
okay. Danielle, would you like to make a comment?
Yeah, I just have a question. I'm wondering if there's anything that is going to be done about asbestos or any type of like toxic dust that might come out from the demolition, just because we have a young child in our household, and that was just one of the concerns we had.
It's my understanding that the asbestos has been removed, but I'll refer to the asbestos has already been.
It's all been legally abated and removed off site.
When did that happen?
Yeah.
Within the past month and a half.
Okay.
Before these pictures were taken?
Actually, after, it looks better since they were in there. Before it looked a lot worse. They cleaned up a lot of the rooms to be able to get at the materials that needed to be removed.
You have to do that before you can apply for a demolition permit. It has to be done. So that's step one, the step two, and then they trigger.
Excuse me, can you state your name? And
Frank Demarinis.
thank you.
Did you sign in to the?
Yes, I did.
I think they have everybody signed up.
Thank you.
Have we asked what's going to happen?
Sure.
And do you have any idea what will take place there?
We're still working with the city, number of departments. I think it's a little premature to give any real specifics. There'll be anything that goes on there will require either a site plan approval or a special permit. So we'll have hearings, but I think it's a little premature to disclose that. I know there's a lot of interest in the community, but I don't think anything's final enough yet to really make that public at this point.
Who are you representing?
Excuse me?
Who are you representing?
Tasty Top Development, the owner of the property.
What's that person's name?
Well, it's an LLC.
Okay,
And when the Tasty Top Development LLC.
okay. Well, you said the owner of the property, so. Besides the asbestos abatement, what else has been done in the past 6 months to this property?
That's all I can think of. Yeah, there's nothing else that was done, other than that, and maintaining the fields. I do, I work with, for Tasty Top, and our intentions are to follow the master plan that the town of Easthampton, hired a consultant to prepare a master plan or look at housing in the area. And this was one of the parcels that they accepted and moved some concepts together. So we're not exactly, but our intentions is to follow that master plan that the city, hired and those consultants put together various options of multiple parcels throughout the city. And when was that done, Brian? Maybe a few years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, the master plan itself, I think, was a little while ago.
Yeah, and I should say the master plan, it was a very
Housing production plan, right? It was approved in 2021.
2021, yeah. So we're gonna propose some type of development in symphony with those concepts that the city put forth.
Can I ask why the Tasty Top was taken down?
What was that?
Can I ask why the Tasty Top was taken down?
The building is definitely, it was proposed to be taken down with Big Y, was proposed to be taken down with that master plan that the city did. And it's absolutely an obsolete building. It was nothing that we could reuse. I personally own a few nationally historic buildings, one Masonic Temple in Springfield and Bissellin in Connecticut. And I did everything I could to restore those buildings and save them. They were architecturally significant, and we did save them and reuse them. This building is not. It's a hazard. It's very dangerous at best. And you can tell from the photos that it's not something that you could restore. It doesn't meet current codes. It would have
I'm talking about the Tasty Top that was just.
Yeah, we filed for a demolition permit and it was granted to us, and we removed it. It's not a part of the master plan of that property.
What happened to the sign?
I didn't, the sign was removed by the previous owner.
Try having one for 2 years.
I don't know where the sign is. It was removed by the previous owner. They took it before we acquired the property.
Any further questions, comments? Wishes?
I'm going to comment that, just for the record, you know, it's one of the things I feel like, somebody stop me if I'm going rogue. It's one of the things people need to understand is that we're not sympathetic to demo by neglect, and that the fact that the place is left for years and people just go in and out is really the responsibility of the owners of the property, and is not an excuse for them coming back and saying, well, now look how terrible it is and what a corrupt space it is and should be torn down. We're working really hard to make it so that that's not an easy thing for anybody to do anymore. I just want to say it because we're really strongly offended by the idea that people just wait until it's so decrepit that now we go in and we say, well, look how decrepit it is. It's got to come down. So what we want is people to trust the system. And just like the Tasty Top building, I hope that in future people would believe that the commission works in the best interests of the town and would bring that to us. And we would have said, yeah, we understand the circumstances. If we look at the master plan, the town's master plan, I was one of the people who helped develop it. And we point out that we're not looking to be Plymouth or Deerfield. We're not going to try to tell people the color they can paint their house, but we're going to work really hard to prevent demolition by neglect.
I'll just note that the current owner purchased this in April of this year.
Right. So it's not necessarily the current owner, but I just felt the need to state it. And now I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, anybody else have any comments? Principals, no? Entertain a motion to or whatever.
Take some time to talk about this. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You want to
I'm gonna close the public comment and
close the public comments, yes.
then have a discussion amongst the board.
Yeah. All right, so at this point, if nobody else has any comments, we'll close the public comments and can we?
I mean, it's still a public meeting, so,
Yeah.
but it's just the board members now.
So, I mean, obviously the condition of the building is not conducive to restoring or moving or anything like that. And probably if you try moving it, it'll fall apart. Right. Anybody else has any thoughts on it?
No, I think John said it all.
Yeah, and certainly agree with that sentiment there. I mean, at this point, going forward, will that be all the buildings that are on the property at that point currently?
The only other structure that was related to the property was the golf shack, whatever, the rental for the driving range, which is actually located on the Starbucks parcel.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I'm assuming they applied for the demo permit with the building permit. That was taken down within the last couple of days. But to my understanding, there are no other structures on the property.
So that's the golf structure was the one that came.
Yeah, that one went through the.
Right.
went through the-
That one came to us.
Yes.
But the
The other did not.
Right.
Just pointing that out and how unhappy it makes us.
Well, the
And
referral
a lot of
comes,
people.
but the referral comes from the building inspector.
Right.
Or the permit is applied for. To move it here is not discretionary to the applicant. That's
Yeah, it
decision
should have
that's
come
made.
to us
Yeah.
before it was taken down.
Not you, but it should have.
Any other discussion?
No.
All right.
Oh, okay, I do have one question. If you look at this, so clearly this is a mess, and this is part of that. What about this here? But I don't know where are all these pictures in just this part or right here, or is that part of the building like intact? And there are no pictures of like, I don't know if this is all located in one tiny area.
If you'll let me speak, I can show you exactly where it all, I took most of these pictures.
Yeah.
So this picture right here is inside these two windows. This picture right here is on the other side of this gable, so it's in the main house. The picture that you asked about earlier, looking up, is on the underside of that in the main house.
Which is not in that group, right?
No, it's not on these boards. We tried to get a variety of them. This picture here is inside the main door looking down into the gabled area. So they are splashed throughout the buildings.
How about the part where the roof is maybe moved down here,
That is so common. I honestly can't tell you where it is in the building. It's almost every room looks like that. This is in the corner up here. And this, like I said, is on the upper side of the letter chimney.
Behind that door.
Behind the dormer. So this is in the main gable of the house.
That last picture on the right there. Yeah, exactly. Is that the room or?
That is not a room.
I thought it was a lawn.
It's inside the building. That's a hallway that goes right and left to a bedroom. Left is this bedroom here. Right is that room.
So that's in the back side.
Yeah.
So are a lot of the windows broken?
A lot of them are broken. Like
That was from the roof.
These you can see.
That was from the roof.
Yeah, but these windows here are wide open. Some of them are smashed out. A lot of them have been replaced with vinyl double hung windows.
Okay, anything else? Yeah, a motion?
Who else wants to make the motion?
I'll take one from anyone. On the commission.
I move we accept the proposal for the demolition of 95 Northampton Street.
Unfortunately, I second.
Okay.
With the caveat, we don't want to do it this way ever again.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Against
All right,
one. All right.
all right. So at this point, you guys have your demolition permit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Building
time.
inspector and let them know.
We'll communicate with the building inspector tomorrow for both these.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. And at this point, we can adjourn the meeting.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.